Hey, listen, folks. We're going to move into the next section where we're actually going to put together a neuro-linguistic presentation. Lloyd's already been spoken to. Everybody who wants a copy of this presentation, what we're going to do is the gift is going to be, we're going to actually put this presentation together, and we're actually going to create a PowerPoint to go with it. And everybody who wants to get a copy of this open source NLP presentation, right? You got to text the word open source NLP, open source NLP, open source NLP. Text that to 202-270-1662. Text it to 202-270-1662. And after we build this today, complete with graphics, music, everything, the whole shebang. Is shebang a word? I don't know if shebang is a word, but it is a word now. Mia Zachary, is shebang a word? Let me know.
It is
but
now.
But you get the whole shebang, right? And you're going to be able to use it to deliver to your audiences if you so wish, right? And so, we're back and we're talking about neuro-linguistic presentations, the art or the lost art of how to hypnotize audiences anywhere, any place, anytime. My name is Trevor Otts. I am the Chief Marketing Strategist for the Peak Performers Institute. And what I specialize in doing is helping people market any business, any product, any service, any organization, or any mission on any budget. Try saying that one 3 times fast. We're here over here in Prince George's County, Maryland, and we're getting ready to present part 2 of neuro-linguistic presentations, the art, the lost art of how to hypnotize any audience, anytime, any place. So in part 1, we talked all about the fundamentals. And the fundamentals were all around learning the C method. We talked about creating significant emotional experience. And by the way, somebody tag Mia Zachary for me. Mia, this is what I want to do for the audience out there today. Mia Zachary creates workbooks for organizations like myself. And Mia Zachary, somebody do @ Mia Zachary, Trevor is calling you. Put @ Mia Zachary, Trevor is calling you. I'm about to do something special. I feel it, Shay. Oh, I feel like the specialist. What she does, she takes presentations like the ones we're getting ready to create right now, and she creates workbooks for those presentations. She creates workbooks for those presentations. And this is what we're going to do. If you turn the first part of that presentation into a workbook, if you go ahead and just turn that into a workbook, let me know if that can be done. If you turn that into a workbook, we're going to give everybody got back on time. By the way, you have to type back. You have to type into the feed right now. I'm here, #on time. I'm here, #on time. I'm here, #on time. And you're going to get the free workbook that Mia is going to create on just the C method. And by the way, Shay, give me a cue up if Mia Zachary is still out there, still online. She's still online. So Mia Zachary, go ahead and create the workbook on the C method, and we're going to give that workbook away free. And that's going to give you a chance to experience the quality of the work that Mia Zachary is doing for many speakers and coaches all over the world. And many of you are going to need workbooks for the neuro-linguistic presentations that you're creating. But you want to type in I'm back, #on time. I'm back, #on time. Type it into the private, the elusive, the exclusive Facebook group. It's where all of the questions, all of the comments are happening, right? And it's also where we're hanging out at. So you can get there by going to virtualnetworkinglive.com. And somebody had a post, Shay, that I thought was very interesting. And I'm just going to kind of read it and then say, when I pass this back off, you can kind of plug this back up for me. But Cairo Queen posted this. She says, I picked the right one and studied it. She says, I used to work in the jazz arena. Music is the one language next to love that everyone can relate to. Let me just read what she said. Everybody should write this down. Music is the one language next to love that everyone can relate to. Music is the one language next to love that everyone can relate to. Love, the only thing everyone can say they experience and share universally. Love, the only thing everyone can say they experience and share universally. Music moves via vibrations. We operate on vibration. This is science, okay? So music plus repetition is almost a weapon. It can be a good or bad weapon and energy, and you have created a movement. So big shout out to Cairo Queen out there in, I think, Atlanta. Out there in Atlanta, I believe she says she's from Atlanta. Kimberly Naylor, Mia Zachary, Diane Smith, Ashley Love, Jamie Cooper. Let's see here. I mean, so many people out here. I can't shout out. Elisa J. Green. Let's see. Shanice Barker, right? Terrell Armstrong. Donna Davis. Okay, let me just make sure. Sammy Adams. Demetra Moore. Jamie, the Minister of Hospitality. Cooper. Mary Beloved. Let me just make sure. Kimberly Naylor. Jafrida Downtown Brown. Right, so many people like this. Cece Caldwell, Sandra Connor, Eric Izard, and so many other people. Okay, and by the way, Shay, did we get the confirmation on Mia Zachary and the workbook on the C method? Did we get the confirmation? Okay, Mia, we're looking for you to create a workbook on the C method that the entire audience can. Got it. Okay, she's on it. No problem. Okay. And we're going to give that workbook that Mia Zachary creates out to everybody. We're going to give it out to everybody. Just as an example of the quality work that she is doing along with many people over at Village Connected TV and Collabs, okay? My good friend Glenn Garnes out there who has an event going on at 7 o'clock, so it won't stop, right? After we get finished, go right on over to Glenn Garnes and hang out with Glenn at 7 o'clock tonight. Okay, so Shay, we're going to talk about now how to lay out a neuro-linguistic presentation, how to lay it out. And what you guys see here right now is what we refer to as a storyboard. What you see right here is what we refer to as a storyboard. And Shay, I might need somebody to work the camera to kind of keep the zooming in and out pretty good. But the storyboard is the secret weapon of every great presenter. Write that down. The storyboard is the secret weapon of every great presenter. The storyboard is the secret weapon of every great presenter. It's the secret weapon, okay? Now, here's what I want you to realize. I want you to just think about, in Hollywood, they create 30-second television commercials. In Hollywood, they create movies. Now, what's really interesting is whether they are creating a 30-second television commercial, whether they are creating a blockbuster movie like Captain America or like The Avengers or, like Independence Day, or whether they're creating a cartoon. I took my son to go see the movie Frozen, right? He loved the movie. I took him to go see the Lego movie, right? And they catchy jingle. It's amazing. Dun, dun, dun. It's amazing. It's got a cute jingles. But it doesn't matter whether we're talking about a cartoon or a commercial or a blockbuster film. The thing that they all have in common, the thing that they all share in common, the thing that they all use, the secret weapon, the secret tool, the secret technique is the storyboard. Now, here's what's really interesting, is regardless of whether they're doing a 30-second commercial or a 2-hour movie, they still use a storyboard. Why is that important to you as a presenter? Well, the secret weapon of all great presenters is the storyboard. And so many presenters are not storyboarding their presentation from beginning to end. And so in this next session, I'm going to teach you how to storyboard a presentation. And then I'm going to show you how to make your presentation come to life. I'm going to show you how to turn your presentation from one-dimensional to two-dimensional to three-dimensional to four-dimensional. We're talking about 4D presentations. We're talking about bringing your presentation to life. See, you don't want to have a static presentation. You don't want to have a presentation that only deals with one type of audience people. As we know, there are many different types of people in your audience. We have audio-based listeners. I was talking to Eric Izard the other day, and he says, Trevor, I am an audio-based listener. You have to slow down because I'm listening to every single thing that you're saying. And then we have our visual learners, and some people learn by what they see. They learn by what they see. And then we have our kinesthetic learners, and those people learn based upon really what they can put their hands on. They're a little bit more touch and feel. They're a little bit more interactive. They're really engaged in the experience. And then we have those people who are somewhat of a combination of both. And then last but not least, we have those people who really learn and take in information only if they can feel the speaker. They have to feel, I just don't, matter of fact, it was really interesting is they did a study on why people chose to join certain churches. And one of the things that many people said is that they felt a kinship, that they felt the pastor or the minister or the priest, that they felt them, that they had an emotional connection with the person. So in our audiences, we have these different types of people. We have over one section, we have our audio learners, and then over here we have our visual learners, and then over here we have our kinesthetic learners, and I've kind of separated the people in the room here. You can't see them, but I have my essentially my audio learners over here, and I have my visual learners over here, and I have my kinesthetic learners over here, and then I have my learners who have to feel emotionally connected to the information to receive it over here. And usually people get the audio, and they usually get the visual, and they usually get the kinesthetic, but we usually leave out the emotional-based learners. And it's one of the most overlooked parts of an audience in any group. We overlook the learners who have to feel an emotional connection to be able to receive the information. And when I say a 4D presentation, it's designed to hit on all 4 areas of your audience. Does that make sense? It's designed to hit on all 4 areas of the audience, okay? Now, one of the things that we're going to use is we're going to layer this thing out. All great presentations have a layer. And we're going to storyboard the entire presentation out. If Hollywood storyboards 30-second commercials, if Hollywood storyboards movies, if Hollywood is storyboarding cartoons, if they storyboard everything that they present to the audience, if they storyboard everything that they present to the audience, why aren't you? Why aren't you? So at the end of the day, we got to start storyboarding our presentations. And so today's training is going to be on the storyboarding process. It's going to be on how to create 4D presentations that you can bring to life through using the technique of neuro-linguistic presentation. So what I'm going to do, Eric, is I'm going to run over here to my other side of the board, and I'm going to run over here and start to just use this other side right here, if you don't mind. And I'm kind of walking off camera here, but we're going to create what's called a presenter's key. And what I need you to understand is that this presenter's key, right, is going to directly correlate to the storyboard. So let me just run back over here to the storyboard real quick. Shane's walking over here. Here's my storyboard. And everything that I put on my storyboard is going to have a color code to it. So first of all, let me just get out my trusty markers. I have my red marker, Shay, and I have my black marker, and I have my red marker, and I have my green marker, Shay, and I have my blue marker. So I have my 4 markers, okay? So I have my 4 markers, and everything that I write on this storyboard is going to correlate with a different color, okay? Now, the reason why you have to map it out first is because afterwards we have to turn it over to what is called the graphics department for layout, okay? So that you have a beautifully laid out presentation. I told you, everybody today who got here early is going to get a copy of the presentation. You had to type into the feed. You had to type in, I'm back, #on time. I'm back, #on time. So Shay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run back over here to my presenter's key, and we're going to put down what is our key. So everything that we put in black, right, black words equal show on slide. So everything that I write on in the color black means that I want this to actually be shown to the audience. So any words that I write in black, it means show this to the audience. So in other words, if I write the words leader, like this word leader, it means that in my presentation, I want people to see the word leader in my slides. I wanted I want them to see a visual representation of the word leader on my slide. So any words that I show in black is to be shown on the slide. Does that make sense with everybody? Yes or yes? Okay? Now, then I have things blue. Things that I write in blue. This doesn't look like it's writing so good, Shay. I'm going to switch this out real quick. There we go. Things that I write in blue, right, equal image representation. So if I write something in blue, it means that, let's say I write the word ice in blue. If I write the word ice in blue, that means that I don't want to see the word ice. I want to see the picture of what? An ice cube. So anything I write in blue, it means that I want a picture representation of what's written. Anything I write in blue, it means I want a picture representation of what I wrote there. So if I write the word ice cube, I don't want you to see the word ice cube. I want to show an image of an ice cube. Does everybody understand? Yes or yes? Okay? Next. Anything that I write in the word green, green means I need a video representation. So let's just say, for instance, I wrote motivation in green. I wouldn't want to see the word motivation on the screen. It means I want to see a video that represents motivation. So it means I'm looking for a motivational video. Let's just say I write inspiration. Then that means I'm looking for a video about inspiration. Let's say I write the word fight in green. That means I'm looking for a video about fighting. Okay, this is key. This is your presenter's key. Okay, so let's just imagine if I wrote the word motivation in black. If I wrote it in black, it means I want to see a slide, a PowerPoint presentation. In my PowerPoint, I want to see a slide with the word motivation on it. If I wrote that in blue, I would want to see an image that represented motivation. And it might be a picture of a person at the top of the mountain saying, yes, I did it. If I wrote motivation in green, I might want to see a video that motivates people. And maybe it's a video from Will Smith saying, you ain't got to get it right, you just got to get it going, right? Or if you stay ready, you ain't got to what? Get ready. So green is I'm looking for a video representation. Does everybody understand the instructions? Yes or yes? Great. Okay. Red represents audio. So if I have to have a sound effect or I'm looking for music, right? So I might write money. So that means I need an audio sound effect that represents money. Or I might write motivation in audio in red. And if I write motivation in red, what I'm really looking for is some motivational music. So when I use red, it represents a sound clip, or a sound effect or music. When I use red, I'm looking for, let me write this down, sound effect or music. And I want you to take close notes. I will not teach this again. I teach this once a year. Now, we have one other thing. For purposes of today's presentation, I'm going to use orange. In orange, anytime I see orange, that means I'm looking for audience participation. Now, let me just recap. This is the key. So I'm going to be writing things over there in my storyboard. I'm going to write some things in black. I'm going to write some things in blue. I'm going to write some things in green, some things in red, and some things in orange, and they all have different meanings. Why? Because the person who is reading your storyboard must be able to interpret it. Let me just say that again. The person who's reading your storyboard must be able to interpret it. See, when you give somebody a storyboard, you got to give a storyboard to the audio technician that may follow you during a presentation. If you have a director who is directing you during an event, he might need to see your presentation, so he needs to know when to bring your music in, when to bring it out, things like that. All great presenters, they use storyboards. And some people, you actually have a whole crew that's running your entire presentation. But if you follow the system that I'm going to teach you, you're going to be able to run your whole presentation as though you had an army of people behind you. And it'll be just you and a clicker. And so each of these color representation, I'm going to actually use inside of this neuro-linguistic presentation, the open source one that everybody's going to be able to use, right? You're going to be able to get a copy of it at the end of today's presentation. Only those people who were here early and will be at the end will get a copy of it. We'll give you instructions on how to get it. We're going to actually have our graphics team put the whole thing together, so you're going to get a complete, total, finished presentation. Now, Shay, before I move to the next stage, I know some people can't see what I wrote, so what I want you to do is just kind of zoom in, and we're going to give people like a few seconds to kind of snap a picture or take quick notes before we go to the next section, and I'm just going to step out of the way here. Okay, and while I'm stepping out of the way, this is called the presenter's key. At the bottom of every storyboard should be a key, just like if you had a map. A map has a what? A key. If you don't have a key, you can't read the what? You can't read the map. If your PowerPoint or your storyboard doesn't have a key, then many times your storyboard will be illegible to people who are picking up your storyboard. So this is the presenter's key. Words in black means that I want to see the words on the slide, right? Words in blue means I need an image representation. Green means I need a video representation. Red means I need audio, meaning sound effect or music. And orange means I need audience participation, okay? So with that being said, take a picture of the screen. And if you're out there right now, take a picture of your screen, maybe do a screenshot, post it to the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group by going to virtualnetworkinglive.com, because there may be somebody out there that's listening by radio or listening on their phones, and they're driving in their car, and they might not be able to take this note down, and this will just help them in. Mia Zachary, you are the official note taker along with Ashley Love. You are the two official note takers for today. So if anybody needs any notes from today's presentation, we will put you in touch with Ashley for the notes and Mia Zachary for a copy of the workbook. And she's going to be doing Mia, we want two separate workbooks, one on the C method from earlier and another one on storyboard structure and presentations, okay, for NLP presentation. Storyboard and structure for NLP presentation. So Shay, with that being said, I think they've had enough time to look at it. Let's go ahead and get it. Okay, so I got my trusty boards right here. I'm going to put my stuff. Matter of fact, Shay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move some of these markers out of the way so that they don't get in the way. And I'm going to, that way, I make sure I got the best color one so everybody can see. I'm just going to kind of slide some of this stuff out of the way, Shay. Okay, so I put that stuff like over here, and I see some of the stuff.
Man, you're about to get down now.
Yep.
It's about to get real.
So first thing is, now we're getting ready to choose a title. By the way, this is going to be a participatory exercise. As a matter of fact, we're going to create this presentation together. Now, here's what I want. I want to teach everybody some new techniques, okay? One, we are going to, as much as humanly possible, try to use, write this down, try to use a hashtag in your title. So whatever the title of your presentation is, try to use a hashtag in it. So let's just say, I love hashtag my life. I love hashtag my life. Matter of fact, Shay, can I just show them, because I want to show them the effective use of the hashtag, because many of them are using the hashtag, but they don't know why we make them use the hashtag. Let's just say I want to use the hashtag, and I might go, I love hashtag my life. Now, the actual hashtag is my life, right? Or let's just say the name of my presentation is called 6 hashtag. Let me get this. Yeah, but I'm writing the wrong color. So let's just say the name of my presentation might be hashtag 6-figure learners. So the whole title is a hashtag. So everybody follow me. Or let's just say I do another one called Your Words Can Make You Rich. Now, I want to point out something very important to you. Notice that sometimes that I don't make the whole subject a hashtag. I just may make a part of the title the hashtag. I love hashtag my life. That's one hashtag. And then notice that in this one, hashtag 6-figure learners, is that I used a number in my hashtag. Now remember that when you're using the hashtag and you're using multiple words, write this down. If you're using multiple words, you cannot have a space in between the words. You cannot have a space in between the words. You cannot have a space in between the words. So in this one, I used the numbers, 6-figure learners, right? But there's no spaces in between the words. Here in my life, I didn't use any spaces in between the words. Now, let me give you one other final technique, and then I'm going to tell you why the hashtag. Now, you'll notice that if I wrote this, your words can make you rich, if I wrote this as all one big sentence, it would be hard for people to read it. So what you have to do when you're using a title, a hashtag with multiple words, you have to capitalize the first letter of each word. You have to capitalize the first letter of each word to make it easy to read. So let's test that out. Everybody type into the feed right now these 3 hashtags, right? Make sure that there are no spaces in between your words. Make sure there are no spaces in between your words, and go ahead and just type it into the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group by going to virtualnetworkinglive.com. Go ahead and do it now, okay? Now, we have I love hashtag my life. We have hashtag 6-figure learners, and we have hashtag your words can make you rich, where the whole title is a hashtag. And we capitalize the first letter of each word to make it easy to read. Because if I had it all lowercase, it would just look like a bunch of words put together. And the person would have to kind of figure it out like a jigsaw puzzle. Now, the reason why you use the hashtag in your presentation is actually part of your audience participation. So what happens is, what you're doing is you're subconsciously telling the audience, if you make any comments about me, if you say anything about my presentation, use the hashtag I love hashtag my life. So you would say use the hashtag my life. What you're doing is you're sending a subconscious signal, because remember, they're in your presentation, they got their iPads, they're sitting on Twitter, they're taking pictures, they're using selfies, they're on Instagram, they're on Twitter. All you're doing is telling them exactly how to tag you. So what you're doing is you're using the hashtag my life, or hashtag 6-figure learners. 6-figure learners, not earners, 6-figure learners. By the way, everybody out there right now is 6-figure learners. Matter of fact, let's change the hashtag, Shay. Let's change the hashtag. I think that's just too low. We don't have 6-figure learners out there, Shay. We got hashtag 7-figure learners. If you're a 7-figure learner, go ahead and just type in hashtag 7-figure learners. 7-figure learners, right? And then go into hashtag your words can make you rich. Now, when you hashtag something, the whole thing in Facebook usually turns like blue. That's how you know if you got it right. It doesn't turn blue, then you got a problem. It means that you broke it up or you put a space in between there, things like that. But also, I want you to write this down. For speakers, I don't care whether you are speaking to a radio audience. I don't care if you are speaking on a blog talk radio show. I don't care if you're speaking to 3 people in the library. I don't care if you're speaking on television. Every speaker, every great presenter should have a hashtag. It's one of the new tools that speakers should have. You should have a hashtag. And I want you to realize the power of the hashtag, because the first part of creating an NLP presentation is choosing the right title. And I want you to, as much as possible, try to embed a hashtag in your title. Somebody write that down. Men, make sure you write that down. Try to embed a hashtag in your title. Try to embed a hashtag in your title. Either make the whole title a hashtag, option 1, or option 2, embed a hashtag in your title. So maybe with this one, this is option 2, I embed the hashtag in my title. I love, but the hashtag is my life. Or I make the whole title a hashtag, hashtag 7-figure learners. Or in this one, like option 1, I make the whole title a hashtag, hashtag your words can make you rich. I probably would have used hashtag make you rich because that's a little long for somebody to be typing, right? Especially in the Twitter world and things like that. So I prefer very short ones like this or this, okay? Now, here's what I want you to understand. Shay, is it okay if I move back over here yet? No, I'll stay right here because I'm still showing the hashtag. It's okay. Matter of fact, if you don't mind, I'm gonna grab this chair for just a second. As we can, we're going to go deep on this one, Shay. We're going to go a little deep on this one, especially this one, because many people, we talked about how to go viral, how to make your messages. Right. Oh, yeah, I'm blocking the words? I can be right here, Shay. Is that good? Okay. And can they see the hashtag? Okay. So, many of us, we wonder why some messages go viral, why some messages catch fire. And we wonder how to create that lightning in a bottle effect. And I'm going to tell you that one of the ways to do it in this particular dispensation of time. Now, I don't know what will be happening in 2050, but I do know what's happening right now. And people who effectively use the hashtag are not just speaking to hundreds of people. Rather, they are attracting millions of people. See, some people want to speak to many people, but I submit that as a great presenter, what you want to do is attract millions of people. It's an attraction thing. So one is pulling people in, and one thing is pushing people out. Speakers push out. Presenters pull in. Speakers push out. Presenters pull in. And so here's what I want you to do. I want you to start using the hashtag. There is a show on television. I don't know if anybody watches it. It's called Grey's Anatomy. And it's been a ratings winner for the ABC network for years. For I think almost over 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Somebody look up how long has Grey's Anatomy been on TV? And some of y'all watch Grey's Anatomy. Hashtag Grey's Anatomy if you watch Grey's Anatomy. And the creator was a young lady by the name of Shonda Rhimes. And she created this hit show. Now, Shonda also created other shows as a result of Grey's Anatomy. Some she created like kind of separately, and some created as a spinoff. And none of them managed to have the legs or the viewing audience that she created for Grey's Anatomy. And so about 2 to 3 years ago, she created a new show. And it's called Scandal. And Scandal was a runaway success. I mean, it's a hit. Right now, I don't know, if you're watching this presentation in 2020, but right now, Scandal is one of the highest rated shows on television, right now. And what was really interesting In less than a year's time, she built this show into a ratings juggernaut. Juggernaut. And the way she did it was by using hashtag attraction. Write that down. Hashtag attraction. Now, here's what's really interesting, is she was following the same exact model that she did with Grey's Anatomy with her other shows, but she still was not able to create that ratings juggernaut. But she started doing something that very few people other than marketing experts noticed at the end of every show. And at the end of every single solitary show, here's what she started doing. At the end of the show, she would pop up the hashtag. And it might be, had this great show, and then she'll leave you on this cliffhanger, and then she would put hashtag Papa Pope, hashtag Huck. Huck was like one of the characters on the show, like hashtag Huck, right? H-U-C-K, H-U-C-K. Make sure people didn't hear my words wrong. And what would happen is, let me tell you how I found this show. By the way, I watch Scandal. I think it is an amazing example of great marketing. And I like watching it just for the hashtag. So what happens is they leave you on a cliffhanger, and then they post the hashtag. And the hashtag doesn't even show, Shay. It doesn't show for more than 15 seconds. It's like, watch the show, Shay. I don't care if you just watch the last 3 minutes. At the end, just watch the hashtag. Bing! Hashtag. Right? Watch it Thursday. Watch it Thursday. Watch like the last 5 minutes. They're going to show a hashtag right at the end. It's going to be 15 seconds. And it's amazing that something they did in just 15 seconds would become one of the major catalysts for how people found out about the show. So let me tell you about how I found out about the show. So I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, and people are just repeating this hashtag. Remember, the hashtag people post because it subconsciously tells the audience that you are to talk about my event or about my show or about my content. And when you reference my content in any way, please use this hashtag. It's hashtag attraction marketing. And what's really interesting is that people started doing it. So at the end of every Scandal show, they would post this hashtag. So here's what I did. One day I was on Facebook, and I saw like 50 posts that said hashtag Scandal unbelievable, hashtag Fitz in trouble. And so I'm saying, like, what is all of this? What is all of these thousands of people who keep posting this one hashtag? And so I did a search for the hashtag. And when I did a search for the hashtag, it showed me all of these conversations that people were having about one show called Scandal. And so what I want you to write down is that the hashtag is an aggregator. See, in the old days of speaking and all that kind of good stuff, you would go out and let me get a testimonial. Let me get a testimonial video. Please send it in. Please write me a letter. So 90s, so 80s. If you still want to do that, trust me, I got a Walkman and a BlackBerry in my car. You can have that too. Also, you can have my Betamax. But in this particular dispensation in time, people can talk about your content and immediately share it with the world, and it can all be aggregated in one place through the use of the hashtag. The hashtag is an aggregator. And so what happened is when I started looking for like hashtag Huck to just see what this was about, it was telling me all about this show called Scandal. And so the hashtag is an aggregator. That's the first thing. It brings all the conversations together. The hashtag is a way to create great testimonials, right? Great testimonials. So you can have a whole testimonial and have everybody put it all under one hashtag. But also for every speaker, every coach, every trainer, every presenter out there, you can use the hashtag in the same way as a company called Nielsen Ratings. What does Nielsen Ratings want to know? They want to know what you're watching on TV. They want to know what you heard. They want to know what's resonating. So let's just say I say to you, I gave you several hashtags that I wanted you to use. Do you know what I'm going to do at the end? At the end, I'm going to go and I'm going to do a search for the hashtag because it's going to tell me exactly how many people were really paying attention, how many people were really watching. So right now, based upon what you thought about today's presentation, I want you to go on your personal Facebook page and write down whatever you thought. Today's presentation was great, today's presentation was terrible, amazing, whatever you think. And at the end, I want you to use hashtag Shay and Trevor. I want you to do it right now. I want you to use hashtag Shay and Trevor. Now, I did something wrong. I didn't capitalize the A, so I'm going to capitalize the A. Hashtag Shay and Trevor. No spaces, no spaces. Notice I capitalized the C, capitalized the A, and I capitalized the T. Everybody do it now. Whatever you think about today's event or the last 2 days, go over, post on your personal Facebook group, personal Facebook page, not your personal page. Not the Facebook group, not the private exclusive Facebook group. Go on your personal page and say, I think today's training was amazing, hashtag Shay and Trevor. Whatever you think, whatever you thought, even if it's bad. If you say it's too long, I hated the music. Whatever you think, and then put hashtag Shay and Trevor. Everybody go ahead and do it right now. Do it right now. Whatever you think about today's presentation, go on your personal Facebook page and post it. Post it on your personal page, and at the end, use hashtag Shay and Trevor. Do it right now. Do it right now. When is now a good time to get started? Now. Do it now. For extra credit, do the same thing on Twitter. For extra credit, do the same thing on Twitter. For extra credit, do the same thing on Twitter. For extra credit, do the same thing on Instagram. For extra credit, do the same thing on Instagram and do it with a selfie. So take a picture of yourself on Instagram and use hashtag Shay and Trevor. So if you got your mobile phone and you have Instagram, you don't have Instagram, create an Instagram account. I'm trying to get you to the next level. Please give me permission to get you to the next level. Give me permission. Give me permission. I'm asking for permission. Go on Instagram, take a selfie. Eric, take a selfie. Show them how it's done. Take a selfie on Instagram and use hashtag Shay and Trevor. I'm just teaching you something real quick. There are a lot of techniques that go into a neuro-linguistic presentation. And we're talking about the audience participation. We're talking about the audience participation. You can start the audience participation right in the very beginning, right when you get started, just by having a hashtag. Just by having a hashtag embedded in the title. Just by having a hashtagable title. See, many of you are choosing titles for your presentations that are not sociable. You're choosing titles for your presentations that are not sociable. So you want to choose sociable titles. Mia, make sure you put it in the workbook. Create sociable titles. Create sociable titles. So remember, on your personal Facebook page, whatever you think about today, the last 2 days, put hashtag Shay and Trevor. Whatever for extra credit, do it on Twitter. And for the big bonus, post an Instagram selfie. Like take a picture of you, like in front of your computer screen, watching the presentation, and put hashtag Shay and Trevor. Mika, this is what we're going to do. The workbook will only give the workbook to people, only give the workbooks that we're creating, only give it to people who use the hashtag. If they didn't use the hashtag, Mika, their workbook will not go out to them. If they did not use the hashtag, no workbook. It is what it is. No hashtag. Now, you're not required to give us a positive message. You're not required to give us a negative one. You can write whatever you want, but you must use the hashtag Shay and Trevor. Okay, so Shay, that's pretty much that on hashtag. So we know that the first stage, we got to choose a great tag, a great title. It's got to be sociable. So now, Shay, I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to bring back out my trusty markers again. And Shay, we're now going to put together our title. So Shay, I was inspired today by hearing you talk. And by hearing you talk, you said something that I thought of. I said, that would make a great presentation. So the title that we're going to choose to create today that everybody can use, that is, and Shay, what makes the title great, Shay, is that this title that you just kind of said as you were talking, this title, it can be used in any organization. Like if I'm in the financial industry, I can use it. If I'm a network marketing organization, I can use it. If I'm a motivational inspiration coach, I can use it. If I'm a life coach, I can use it. If I'm a marketing coach, I'm a technology coach. You can use it in any style presentation. And so today's title is hashtag get it done. Now, Shay, I did something wrong. Did you catch it? What did I do wrong?
I'm paying close attention. You didn't capitalize.
I did not capitalize the it. So I didn't capitalize the I and E, so I'm going to rewrite that.
You also wrote too big for the box.
And I wrote too big for the box. Hashtag get it done. Notice I wrote it in black. So that means that when I create my PowerPoint or my presentation deck, and let me give you the right terms. When we're talking about presentations, you may have a PowerPoint, you may use Prezi, you might use Keynote, but the correct term, no matter what tool you use to lay out your presentation, is it's called a presenter's deck. And so we're creating one of the presentations in your presenter's deck. So the first thing is to create a sociable title. We did a long ways around, like, wow, all that, just to get the title. Yeah, the title is very important, Jay. So number two is the next thing in laying out your slides is it should be information about, your name. So I'm going to put Trevor Otts. Now, real quick, I want to make a point here. Many presenters start off with a long dissertation about who they are. I got 3 degrees. I got this award. I am this person. I had a dog in the 1st grade. Let me tell you something. That is the wrong place to give people a dissertation about who you are. At this moment, they don't care about who you are. They care about the problems they are facing. At this point, they don't care about who you are. They care about the problems you are facing. So when you put your name there, you want to be real quick. My name is Trevor Otts. I am here from the Peak Performance Institute. I specialize in helping people market any business, any product, any service, any mission on any budget. And I'm going to be talking to you today about my favorite subject, hashtag get it done. So less than 30 seconds on telling them who you are. You have more time later in your presentation when they're going to care about it. The next thing you want to do is you want to restate the title. Get it done. Very simple. Now, I'm going to teach you the next technique. It's like, look, I wore this one, marker out, Shay. I think I wrote this one out. This one, look, I smashed the tip on. That's why I don't write so good. Let me see. Yeah, no, this one right here. Okay, so hashtag get it done. Now, the first thing people want to do is, first thing you got to do is you have to speak to the people. I want you to write this down. You have to allow people to see themselves in your presentation. The next step is to allow people to see themselves in your presentation. And let me just correct it just a little bit. You have to allow people to find themselves in your presentation. You have to allow people to find themselves in your presentation. See, the thing that we forget about as great presenters, because y'all are great presenters, is that we're out there looking for prospects. We're out there looking for clients. We're out there looking for people for our message to resonate with, but we forget that they're looking for us too. And many times, we're not making it easy as presenters for the audience to find themselves in our message. Many times, we as presenters are not making it easy for the audience to find themselves in their presentation. It's the reason why they should be listening. So the next slide is very simple. It is just like this. I mean, nothing different. The next slide says, who is this for? Okay? Who is this for? And then slide number 5, 6, 7, and sometimes more is we're going to determine who is this for. So first, who is this for? Now, I'm going to get some audience participation. Like, who would care about getting this done? Let's just say, who is this for? So maybe it's for people who feel overwhelmed with my workload. So it's for people who are overwhelmed with my workload. So who is this presentation for? Get it done. It's for people who feel overwhelmed with their workload. It's for people who feel overwhelmed with their workload, okay? If you have an example, who might get it done? Who might care about getting it done? I mean, what we're talking to people about now is we're trying to touch base with their problem. We're trying to talk to their problem. Hashtag talk to their problem. So remember, at the end of the day, the first thing you want to do is you want to tell their story, then tell your story. You want to tell their story, then tell your story. What you're telling right now is why they should listen. So you're going to tell their story. Let me use that as an example. Tell their story, then tell your story. So who is this presentation for? Well, this is for people who you feel overwhelmed with work. I mean, you feel like every day you have more tasks upon more tasks upon more tasks, and it's just stressing you out. I mean, you just feel the pressure, and you don't feel like you're making any progress. And you feel overwhelmed with work. And what you want to do is you want to figure out how to get things done more effectively. This presentation is for you. Tell their what I'm trying to do is help the audience find themselves in my story. So, who else is this for? People who are stressed, right? So people who are stressed. And I just use that. I might tell people about stressed about not getting stuff done. And then I may have another one that says, don't feel like I'm making progress. Right? Next person is a person who feels like I am capable. Spell capable, Shay? I was jacking it. That's what I thought. That don't look right either. Mia, check capable. That doesn't look not look right, but maybe it's right. I am capable of more. Okay. By the way, if you're in the group, who might benefit from getting it done? So we know it's a person that's overloaded, feels overwhelmed at work, that feels stressed, a person that feels like that doesn't feel like they're making any progress. Matter of fact, see, there's too many words. By the way, write this down. One big idea per slide. One big idea per slide. I'm not making progress. I want more. I'm losing revenue. No, they wouldn't speak like that. I'm losing money. I'm losing sleep. Tired of losing opportunities. Okay. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Every time, Shay. Every time, but I nail it every time. 7 things. Okay. So who is this for? This is for, remember, we got to tell their story, then we tell what? Our story. We tell their story, then we tell what? Our story. We tell their story, then we tell our story. Why? Because we're trying to allow the audience to see themselves, to find themselves inside of our presentation. So the Get It Done presentation is for people who are overwhelmed with work. It's for people, you're just stressed out. I mean, the fact that you're not getting it done is adding an additional layer of stress to your life. I mean, you know that you're just not making the progress. I mean, you feel like you're working every day, you're getting up every morning, you're putting forth effort, but when you end the day, you don't feel like you've gotten any closer to the goal because you're not making any progress. And you know that at your core that you are capable of more. I mean, how many of y'all out there right now, you know that you're capable of more even though you're not producing more? How many of y'all know that? I mean, how many of you know? You know you're capable of more. Just say yes or yes. Yes, okay. I'm definitely capable of more. And when you're capable of more, you want to produce more. And, at the end of the day, you want more. More what? More out of your life, more out of your business, more out of your relationships. You just want more. What you have, you're not satisfied with. It's just not enough. And you know you want more. And see, when you're not getting it done, some of you know what I'm talking about. That's not everybody, but I know when I don't get things done in my business, I know when I'm not getting things done in my life, I'm losing money. I'm losing cash. And this presentation on Get It Done is for people out there who you're just sick and tired of losing money because you're not getting it done. And see, here's what's really interesting is that when you're not getting things done, when you're not getting it done, you're losing sleep. I mean, you're having those sleepless nights. Because at the end of the day, there's this anxiety that builds up on you. And then what's happening is you're kind of waking up in a panic. Why? Because you wonder, did you forget something? You wonder, did you do this? You're stressed because you didn't get it done. And you're losing sleep. And here's the final thing. When you're not getting things done, you're losing opportunities. You lose an opportunity for a better life. When you're not getting things done, let's say in your health, you are making yourself sick. When you're losing opportunities for the life you deserve. My good friend Ruben West, out of the Black Belt Speak, he runs a training group, and it's called Live Your Best Life. And when you're missing out on opportunities because you're not getting it done, you're losing out on the opportunity to hashtag live your best life. Hashtag live your best life. And this presentation is for you. My name is Trevor Otts. My name is Trevor Otts. Now watch this. First, I tell their story. What's their story? I'm helping them find themselves in my presentation. I'm helping the audience find themselves in the presentation. Help them find themselves in the presentation. And I'm identifying an area of problem. So basically, I'm stepping on everybody's toes who has this particular problem. So if you're overwhelmed with work, I'm talking to you. Who are you talking to in your presentation? If you're stressed out, I'm talking to you. If you're not making progress, I'm talking to you. If you know you're capable of more, but you're not producing more, I'm talking to you. If you want more, you just want more out of life, I'm talking to you. If you're tired of losing money, tired of losing revenue, I'm talking to you. If you're losing sleep at night, I'm talking to you. If you're tired, sick, and tired of losing opportunities, I'm talking to you. You tell their story, then you tell your story. See, my name is Trevor Otts. And one of the biggest struggles that I had in my life was the inability to get stuff done. And I can remember that I was going to work every day, and I just felt like there were all these things that were stacking up on me because I wasn't utilizing my time the best. And I would take on activities, and some of y'all might know what I'm talking about. I would take on these jobs, Shay, and I would agree to do things for other people. I really couldn't say no. I just said yes to everything. And because I said yes to everything, and because I rarely said no to anything, I always felt overwhelmed. And I had to learn something. And maybe this will help you. No is a complete sentence. No is a complete sentence. You can just say no. And I was feeling overwhelmed at work. And because I was feeling so overwhelmed, I was feeling stressed. And I remember one time, I got so stressed that I started losing my hair. And at the time, they called it alopecia. I don't know if you ever heard of that, Shay, but I had alopecia. Yeah, I had alopecia, and I developed this alopecia because I had so much stress in my life building up on me. And it was really interesting, Shay, as hard as I was working, as hard as I was pushing, I just felt like I wasn't really making any progress. And I knew, Shay, I knew Eric, I knew Sylvia, I knew Meek, I knew I was capable of more. I knew that I could be better than the person that I was presenting to the outside world. And I wanted more. I wanted more for my children. I wanted more out of my life. I just wanted to be a better person. And I found myself losing money. As hard as I was working, you would think that more work equaled more money, but because I was not getting things done efficiently and effectively, I was losing money. And losing money caused me to go through an eviction. And I remember one day I came home, true story, and all of my stuff was sitting out in front of the house. And I got home late from work because I was working. And all of my stuff was sitting out in these black trash bags. And the people had gone through my stuff, stole my TV, and it was raining. So what little stuff I had was sitting out in front of the house. With everything else they'd taken. And, I just felt like there had to be more. And I was losing opportunities because I was wasting time with things that may not have been the best for me. And what I want everybody to know is that I understand the pain that's caused by not getting it done. And some of you, you're going through this right now. And so my name is Trevor Otts, and what I do is I specialize in helping individuals and professionals get things done in their personal and professional life. Because I believe that you can truly achieve greatness only when you are getting it done. Hashtag get it done. Now, by the way, watch what I did. By the way, the stuff I told you, that was a true story. Right? Now, first I told their story. Bing, 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 bing. Then I told my story. But when I told my story was only designed to demonstrate to the audience that I knew where they were coming from. So if you were overwhelmed with work, I knew where you were coming from. If you were stressed out, my story lets you know I know where you were coming from. If you were not making progress, my story lets you know that I know where you're coming from. If you feel like you're capable of more, but you're not producing more, my story lets you know that I know where you're coming from. If you're the person out there, you want more, you just want more, then my story lets you know that I know where you're coming from. If you're losing money because you're not getting it done, my story lets you know that I know where you're coming from. That if you're losing sleep at night because you're not getting it done, my story lets you know that I know where you're coming from. If you're tired of losing opportunities, my story lets you know that I know where you're coming from. See, what I want you to do is get better at telling stories that let people know that you know where they're coming from. See, your big-time doctorate degree doesn't tell them that you know where they're coming from. It may establish trust, it may establish credibility, but that ain't your story. That's not the purpose of your story. When you're telling your story, it's designed so that the audience can develop a bond with you. This is key. This is key. This is fundamental in your presentation. And things have a way of finishing just like they start. Write that down. Things have a way of finishing just like they start. You got to get right to the point. In your presentation, you tell their story first, and then you tell yours, because they didn't come there for your story. They came there for their problem, their story. Let me tell you something. Write this down. Write this down. Every problem got a story. Write it down. Every problem has a story to go with it. Tell me your problem, I'll show you the story. They'll be like, this is my problem. My daughter called me the other day. She says, Dad, I have a problem. I need this. Here's what she was prepared to do, Shay. Shay was there when she called. Here's the story. Those of you who got children, trust me, they're going to have a problem, and they're going to share with you the story that goes along with the problem. Every problem has a story. Write this down. Every problem has a story. What's the story behind the problems that you were telling? Write this down. What's the story behind the problems, right? What's the story behind the problem? What's the story behind the problems that you illustrate? What's the story behind the problem? And then, how does your story let the end user or the audience know that you know where they're coming from? So who I am. So I get into who I am. Now, afterwards, you might want to add some credibility slides. So who you are is this. Then you might want to add a couple of things like this is, I'm the owner of this, blah, 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 blah. But who you am, who you are, who I am, right? Who you am. So did I say who you am? I didn't say who you am in front of us. I said who you am. Did I say that? Hashtag who you am. Lord, I'm creating new words up here. But I'm grown. I can split a few verbs. Who I am. The who I am story is basically designed to connect with the audience. It's a connector story, okay? Now that you've identified the problem, remember, significant emotional experience. What you've done is you've made your presentation significant, because what's significant is you getting ready to solve their problems. So now you told them who you are, and now we're going to talk about 7 secrets to hashtag get it done. Now, Shay, let's go ahead and build it. So now let's go ahead and do some audience participation. Everybody in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group right now, go ahead and post one secret that you think that a person needs to know to getting it done. And we're going to choose the best 7 out of the group. So post whatever your secret is. Now, try not to post what somebody else posted. But if they posted it, you can feel free to post it again. But let's go with 7 secrets to get it done. Right? Now, Shay, while they're typing in the group, let's define it. So everybody doesn't want to get the same thing done. So the question that we got to ask ourselves is, what do you want to get done? So Shay, what's an example of something a person might want to get done? So one example is maybe they want to lose weight, right? Maybe they want to organize their office. Maybe they want to, me as accurate like this, write a book. She was like that. She's like, yeah, I hear it right there. Write a book, write a book, write a book. Write a book, right? What's another thing somebody might want to get done? Okay, so maybe they want to start a business. Maybe they want to start making more money. Make more money. Make more money. Now, what am I doing? Is essentially, I'm helping them think about some of the things that they want to get done. And it was sort of priming the pump. And I would even help them write this down. So what I want everybody to do in the room right now is I want you to write down one thing that you want to get done. Everybody, even if you're in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group, write down one thing that you want to get done. By the way, you can get there by going to virtualnetworkinglive.com, virtualnetworkinglive.com. Write down one thing you want to get done. Just go ahead and write it down. Share it right now. I'm going to ask everybody to just kind of share it in a group. What's one? Maybe you want to have a better relationship. Maybe you want to spend. Maybe you want to get it done. Maybe you want to show up. Learn new things. Maybe you want to show up for your child's baseball game, but get it done. What's something you want to get done? Because I'm going to share with you the 7 secrets to hashtag get it done, but you got to know, first of all, what do you want to get done? Because we're going to talk about the 7 secrets to getting those things done. But what do you want to get done? Maybe you want to lose weight. Maybe you want to organize your office. Hey, maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you want to make more money. I want to avoid procrastination. I like that. I like that. Right? Oh, that's a secret, Shay. That's a secret. That's a secret. That's one of the secrets. Yep, we'll make that the first secret. But hold that, Shay, because let me just look. Right? So let's go. Oh, I like that one. Cece gave a good one, too. See, look. I mean, we're building this presentation, lightning and fast. I've never built a presentation that fast in that way. So one, we've listed out some things that they may want to get done. So what you're really saying is that the benefit, right? First we talked about the problem. Now we're talking about the benefit. So what we're really saying is the benefit of getting something done is that you can finally lose the weight you want to lose, finally organize the office, finally write a book, start a business, make more money, right? Find the love of your life. What do you want to get done? Now, here's the thing. One of the things that we have to do so let's go with secret number one, Shay. Secret number one. Right, wait a second, let me see. Let me get secret number one. Secret number one, Shay, is going to be talk to yourself. So if secret number one is talk to yourself. Many times we don't talk to ourselves. And matter of fact, here's what I want you to do. Every time I say the words I will, I want you to say get it done. I don't care where you're at. I don't care if you're watching online. I don't care if you're sitting right here in this audience. I don't care if you're watching on replay. I don't care if you're scared that somebody might see you. I don't care if you're in the car and you're worried about looking weird. Every time I say the word I will, I want you to say get it done. Ready, Shay? You ready to test it out, Shay? I will. I will. I will. I will. Get it done. Let me see if I can hit an online audience. I will. Did you hear him, Shay? Did you hear him? I didn't hear him, Shay. Remember, I don't need my ears to hear. They can also type it, Shay. I will what? Get it done. I will what? Every time you hear me use the word I will, I want you to say get it done. See, Shay, I'm going to lose weight. You know what, Shay? I will get it done. Right? See, some of y'all want to organize your office, and today you got to tell yourself that you're going to do it. I will get it done. See, some of y'all out there right now, you've been dying to write the book. You've been holding off on writing, but today I'm going to tell you something. I will get it done. Did anybody see that? Shay, take me back over here. Orange, mnemonic device. So I've just built in a mnemonic device into the presentation. The mnemonic device that I built into the presentation is I will. I will. It means it's an audience participation. Shay, you ready to take it to the next level? What are you doing? What did Shay say he was doing? He's doing energy or inspire. You doing some workout program? What's the name of the program? You know, Shay Brown is doing insanity, right? And Shay, what's one of the reasons why you decided to do insanity? To give you some energy in the morning to get inspired. And so, Shay, is it hard? Yes. But you will get it done, right? I will, what? Get it done. See, some of us don't talk to ourselves. And because we don't talk to ourselves, we allow others to talk to us. Does everybody see this presentation coming together? You could give this presentation. You could be me. So, secret number one, talk to yourself. Secret number two, right? Secret number two, Shay, what's secret number two? It came from Ashley. But give me Ashley's first because it was good, and then give me Cece's. She said avoid procrastination. That's what it was. Avoid procrastination. Now, watch this. So the next one is avoid procrastination, right? It's secret number two, right? And then let's kind of add a little something on to that. So, Shay, there's an old African proverb about frogs. Do you know what the African proverb is about frogs? You used it in your presentation yesterday. Well, Eat the Frog is the name of the book, Shay, but the book is based upon an old African proverb about eating frogs. Right. Or nothing. Somebody look up the African proverb, post it into the Facebook group. It's the African proverb about eating frog, so we make sure we get it right. So I'm going to put in here, African proverb on eat the frog. I just put that in because I don't have enough space to write. African proverb on eat the frog, right? And we'll use that to reinforce Ashley's point on avoid procrastination, right? And I see, let's look into the group. Has anybody found the African proverb on eating the frog?
You're late about a second, but we're pulling it up.
Okay. Building this presentation, real time, an open source, and we just getting started. I mean, we just getting started. I mean, this is good, Shay. This is first of all, Shay, I think I'm gonna give this presentation. What I'm gonna do is not only am I gonna create this presentation, I'm gonna give this presentation so that they know that it's the real deal. Look at that. Lisa Green says, get it done. Ashley Love says, get it done. CC Caldwell says, get it done, right? Ooh, that's another one. Block time, right? Block time. Tracy Cooper says, book. I will get it done. Hey, Tracy, I will get it done. Matter of fact, Tracy, every time I say the word you will, I'm going to change that. You will, and you say get it done. Let's try that out, Tracy. Let's see if that works. You will when it becomes, every time I say the word you will, I want you to say get it done. See, there's some people out there that's looking to lose weight. And you know what I believe? I believe that you will get it done. Right? See, there's some people out there right now that know they need to go in there and organize that office. But I want you to know that Shay Brown and Trevor Otts hold the belief that you will get it done. And see, there's some people out there, I mean, you've been pressing, you've been talking about it, you've been saying you're going to do it, you've been telling your friends that you're going to write the book. And I want you to know that today you will get it done. And see, some of you, you know, you should have done this a long time ago. You've been waiting to do it. But I want you to know that you will, what? Get it done. You will start your own business. And some of you have been saying, I need to make more money, but I want you to know that you will get it done. And see, it's all about what do you want to get done. Not about what Trevor Otts wants to get done, not about what Shay Brown wants to get done, but what you want to get done. And what I want you to know, that no matter what you are trying to do, no matter what you believe that you're capable of, no matter what you've been holding back on, I want you to know that today you will get it done. Mnemonic device. Everybody say it? Mnemonic device. Audience participation, okay? Perfect. That's the African proverb. Who did that? No. Who wrote that? Who was it? Okay. Mark Twain. Okay. Got it. Okay. So he's found the quote. I said, who posted it in the group? Did you find it first, Shay? Okay. Great. So who found it so we can give credit to it? Got you. Okay, I got you. Look at it. Tracy Cooper's out there. That was for you, Tracy Cooper. That was for you. Jamie Cooper said, get it done. Get it done. Blake Andrews out of Arizona says, get it done. Look at Cairo Queen. Cairo Queen is out there saying, I will get it done. She's singing a song. Hey, we're going to call Cairo Queen. I think she might be able to sing. We're going to call her, see if she can sing for us. I think she might be a singer. She's there to put some music. She done studied. Do you sing, Cairo Queen? Let us know. We might call you, have you sing for us. Ashley Love. Okay, so we're back to the 7 secrets. Right now we have secret number 1, talk to yourself. Secret number 2, avoid procrastination. Secret number 3. What's secret number 3? Secret number 3. Somebody said focus. Was it hashtag focus? Okay. Shay, see if you can find me a hashtag. See if you can find me an acronym for focus. See if you can find me an acronym for focus. See if you can. So somebody look up acronym for focus. First one posted it into the group wins. We're building a neuro-linguistic presentation. We're doing it real time. You're watching exactly how we lay it out, okay? Now, by the way, while you're looking up an acronym for focus, Shay, while you're looking for an acronym for focus, I'm going to take this opportunity. To tell people why I chose a number, like 7 secrets to this, or 5 steps to this, or 3 steps to that. See, what happens is people want to know when is your presentation over, and they really have no way of knowing. They don't know if you're going to be 3 hours, 3 years. They don't know. So what you're going to say is today I'm going to talk to you about 7 secrets to what? Hashtag get it done. 7 secrets to hashtag get it done. Here's what they know. When you get to the 7th secret, you're what? Done. So what you want to do is choose a number, like 3 steps to this, 5 steps to this, because it lets people know that there is an organizational process to what you're doing. Plus, it's no adage. How do you eat an elephant? bite by bite. How do you eat elephant? Bite by bite. So in other words, what you're doing is you're breaking something big into very small, manageable they can do. And see, when you make things small and you make things manageable, you make it possible. When you make things small, you make things manageable, you make it possible for people to actually do. So do we have an acronym for focus? Okay, Shay said he doesn't care for that. Somebody find us an acronym for focus, or somebody create one. Focalize is not a word. Focalize is definitely not a word. Let's not use that one. If you can't find an acronym for focus, I'll take a quote on focus, Shay. No problem. Let me just see. Jamie Cooper is out there, and let me just see who's out there. And we build it. Hey, listen, isn't it pretty great? We're all building a presentation together. Look at that. Good Lord, I'm looking at this. By the way, let me give you guys a secret while we're out there. If you look down at the bottom of your screen, you're going to actually see, right in the video, you're going to see either the live button or the DVR button. And if you click right next to that, there's like these little bars. It looks like the bars on your cell phone to tell you if you have a strong signal or a weak signal, so like the AT&T bars. If you click on that, you can choose high definition. And this is being broadcast in Super HD. So if you're watching it kind of this sort of blurry, it's because you need to change to Super HD. So what you do is you kind of move your mouse over top of the video, and you're going to see where DVR or the word live comes up. So if you're watching a little bit behind, you're going to see DVR. If you're right up to speed, you're going to see live. And right next to that, you're going to see these little bars. They look a little bit something like this. And what you're going to do is if you click on those bars, you can actually choose HD as an option. Got it. So what we'll do is we'll put the focus acronym, follow one course until successful. Good job, Ashley Love. Successful. I hope I spelled it right. I'm pretty sure I didn't. But you get the gist. So now we're giving the secret to focus. Now, time for bump, 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 bump. You ready for this? Follow one course till successful. Next, we're going to give them the free gift. Write this down, the free gift. I'm going to write it here, my gift to you. Now, my gift to you is we're going to find them. Shay, go and find them a free gift on focus. Let's find a free gift on focus, Shay. Now, recently, I produced a book. It's designed to help you really focus on one course until successful. It's designed to help you have greater focus. And to get my free gift, all you're going to do is text the word focus to 123 456 7890. Now, let me show you what I'm doing. One, see, we've already gone through step 1, secret 2, secret 3. They know we have 4 more secrets for them. But in the middle of the presentation, I'm getting ready to offer them a free gift. And the purpose of my free gift is to get the information from the audience. People pay you first with their information, they pay you second with their actions, they pay you third with their money. If you ever take it out of order, you cut your revenue by 80%. And so many speakers, many coaches, many trainers, and especially back of the house presenters where they sell a lot of their products back of the house, is they only try to deal with the people who are paying them at the end, buying their books, buying their CDs, buying their training, buying their coaching. But just because people didn't buy from you that day doesn't mean that they weren't interested in your products or services. Not everybody is an impulse buyer. Actually, less than 30% of people are actually impulse buyers. So what happens is if you don't have a way to collect information from your audience and all you get is information from people who purchase from you, then you just left 70% of your audience hanging. You just said to the other 70%, y'all ain't worth it because you ain't buy my book. So what I'm going to do is, so Shay found the book, so we're going to offer a gift. And this gift that we're going to offer, I don't have time to go through this today, is we're going to offer what's called, we're going to offer what's called a PLR, which is It's content that you can buy the private rights to. It's content that you can buy the private rights to, and you can rebrand it as your own, and you can give it away or you can sell it, your choice. But the key thing is authors who've written information for you, they allow you to rebrand it, change it if you want to, add a different color, add a different spin on it, but at the end of the day, you own it, so you can give it away. So you can say, I want to give everybody my free book on focus. Now, to get my book on focus, or to get my audio CD, or to get my video, you got to text the word focus to this number. Now, when they text the word focus, your text message autoresponder is going to capture your audience's information. It's going to capture your audience information. Now, you listen to me and you listen to me closely, and then I'm going to have Shay do something for you. If you are a speaker out there right now, if you are a coach out there right now, if you are a trainer out there right now, and you do not have a text autoresponder, you are killing your business. You are literally leaving millions of dollars on the table. This single thing that I'm getting ready to tell you, this single tip could be the very thing that makes you or creates your first seven-figure presentation. If you don't have a text message responder system, I want you to text Shay Brown now. You text the word text message to Shay Brown at 202-270-1662. You text the word text message, really, to 202-270-1662. Text the word text message to 202-270-1662. Now, listen, go ahead, keep trying all that crazy stuff. You're going to pass out 1,000 cards. I'm like, I got my business card. What happens when you get into a audience of 5,000 people and you can't pass out 5,000 business cards? What happens when you pass out these beautiful brochures and they throw it in the trash can? What happens when they didn't get the information off your order form because they ain't feel like typing it in? You're making it too doggone hard. It's very simple. I want to do what? Give you a gift. Why am I giving you a gift? So I can get the information of the people who are in the audience. See, some of y'all, you just ain't doing your presentations the right way. Some of y'all, you getting up there, you talking to hear yourself speak. You are paying to hear yourself speak. But at the end of the day, you want to get to the level, you want to be at the level of these seven-figure speakers, you want to be at the level of these eight-figure speakers, you want to be at the level of the Tony Robbins and the Lisa Nichols, you got to do this.
Trevor, you might want to remind them when they text to put their name.
Okay, so Shay said if you're texting in, you need to put your name in your email, text message to 202-270-1662. Right? And you want to text your first name, your last name, and your email address. Only if you don't have a text message responder. If you got one, you got it covered, don't text us. But if you need one and you own one and you want to use one of the best in the country, one of the most responsive in the country, one of the most affordable in the country, less than half a penny a response, it doesn't get much cheaper than that. I didn't say 1 penny, I said less than a penny per response. You text message Shay at 202-270-1662. You text your first name, you text your last name, you text your email address, and you put the word text message. Now listen, follow the instructions. Right? We're going to do something very special for you because we want to make sure that you have it. If you're a speaker and you don't have it, you're leaving money on the table. Let me tell you a story. One of the most important things that a person should have in their presentation is a way to collect information from the people in your audience. And one of the things that you need to be more focused on is you got to have a system to collect information. So I want you to just think about going to the mall. If you've gone to any mall in America, when you go in, they have a food court. And the food court or the mall closest to me is a mall called Pentagon City. And when you go into Pentagon City, it has all these stores like Nordstrom's and Kenneth Cole. You know, Kenneth Cole is one of my favorite stores. And then they have the Apple store. And I love going over to the Apple store. They got the Sony. They got all these stores. But after all that shopping, I get hungry. And I go down the escalator. And I get down to the bottom of the escalator. And then I start having food overload because it's like Popeyes over here and like McDonald's over here and like Pizza Hut there and there's like ice cream over there and like boardwalk fries over there and like lemonade over there. It's like, anybody know what I'm talking about? It's like food everywhere. I'm on overload. But there's one company that has been one of the most successful food court companies in the country. They don't run any advertising. They don't do any TV advertising. They don't do any radio advertising. They don't do it. You don't see any ads in the paper. But the only thing they're doing is they're sitting downstairs holding a tray with meat on a toothpick, specifically chicken. The name of the company is Bourbon Chicken. And what they're doing is say, would you like to try some of my chicken? Would you like to try some? Say, did you try some of the chicken? You know, Trevor's a little greedy. I said, can I try one? They're like, can I try two more? Right? Because what they're doing is their whole marketing strategy is around giving. And they are one of the top earners in any food court in the country. They don't do television commercials. They're not spending money on radio ads. They're not spending money on newspaper ads, magazine ads. Their marketing strategy is on giving. And I want you to listen like you've never listened before. And I want you to write this down. I want you to bold it. I want you to circle it. And I want you to never forget this. The person who outgives their competition is going to out-earn their competition. And this little company, because they outgive their competition, because they have a giver strategy, they out-earn their competition. Now, here's the thing. When you give out a gift, one, it provides value to your audience. That's the first thing. You want to provide value to your audience. Secondarily, it gives you some indication of their need. The only people who are going to download our free gift on Focus are people who need to have what? Focus. When I want to reach out to them, follow up with them, or try to sell them something, I then something related to focus. Product is going to cause them to have greater focus. I want you to write this down. Anything a person values, you can sell to them. Write it down. Anything a person values, you can sell to them. All you got to do is figure out what they value. Anything a person values, you can sell to them. So at the end of the day, everybody who texted in the word focus because they wanted to get the free gift on how to have more focus, guess what they value? Focus. Anything a person values, you can sell to them. Anything a person does not value, you cannot sell to them. Some of y'all make sales too hard. Sales is about value. What value are you providing to your clients? What value are you providing to the audience? All sales is about value. No matter what you're selling, it's about value. When people feel like they get value, they buy. When people don't feel like they're getting value, they don't. So if you don't have a text message responder system that allows you to give away free gifts, then I'm encouraging you to reach out to Shay and just say, I need the system. Put text message, I need the system, and we'll get something worked out for you. We'll make sure that it's something you can have. You can give out free gifts. Really, you should speak to an audience where you didn't give out something free. I mean, you just do it. It's just against the rule because the person who outgives their competition is going to out-earn their competition. You don't believe me? 7 years ago, a behemoth was created. They released a product, took down Siemens. It took down Nokia. It took down BlackBerry. These were the largest cell phone manufacturers in the world. And along came this company, and iPhone took down these companies. They put them down like a dog, put them out of business almost. And they were this unstoppable juggernaut. Nobody could beat them with all the technology, all the king's horses couldn't put back together again. Then along came a company called Google. And did they try to beat Apple? Did they try to take them on with, let me create a better phone? Did they try to take them on with, let me have marketing? Did they try to take them on with, let me have better advertisement? Did they try to take them on, let me have better graphics? Nah, that's not what they did. Let me tell you what they did. They created an operating system called the Android operating system, and they gave it away. Gave it. And because they gave it away, in a matter of 3 years, they took down Apple. The number one cell phone operating system in the world is Android. There are more Android phones in use than any other phone in the world. How did they do it? Not with more money, but more giving. For you, for many speakers out there, the reason why you're not making enough money is because you're not giving enough. So what we want to use is we want to have you use the text message responder system to give away a free gift. What is going to be your free gift? It's going to be a PLR, some private label content that you have private label rights to. Meaning you have the right to label it to yourself. You have the right to change it. You have the right to alter it, do it, modify it, sell it in. Shay is pulling an example right now, and I don't know how much it is, but Shay, why don't you go ahead and pull it up right now. Shay found a PLR right now, and I'm going to give you some secrets of where you can go to get it. A company that I use is,
This is all they can see right there.
okay, so great. So Shay brought up one called Focus Motivation. Hey, Shay, actually buy this. When you get finished, buy this.
They can't see all that. Well, they can see it now.
Okay.
They see you scrolling.
So they see, okay, so look, this whole thing, matter of fact, let me just, this thing is good. Jeez. You see this whole thing that Shay, man, this thing is, how much is this? Hold up. Okay, here's one. Who else wants to grab this private label rights to this brand new product and resell for 100% of the profits? They're going to get this book. They're going to get the Word document, the PDF document, complete private label rights.
Which means what? Complete private label rights mean
they can rebrand it. They can call it their own. They can rename it. They can change the graphic. They can do whatever they want to do to it. Right? It consists of 7,500 words. It's about 40 pages of content. They give them the Word document so they can make any changes, but they also give them the PDF document, right? And then they even give them an opt-in page and a sales page in case they want to build a squeeze page around it. And look at that. So they give them the page that the people can use to download, already created, right? They can sell it if they like.
Wow.
They give them a guide and all this kind of other stuff. And then all they got to do is buy it. And then they even give them the graphics to go with it.
So you get the graphics, you get the book, you get the page. I mean, you have the whole setup.
Yeah, you get the licensing pack, master resale certificate, private label rights certificate, resale rights certificate. You know, no, I'm seriously. And look at this. I want everybody to focus on this. This thing is $9. Man, hold on one second. Let me just do this right now. First of all, this is $9.29.
Yes.
For $9.29, I can buy this book, own the rights to it, change it, rebrand it, and give it away in the middle of my presentation so I can collect people's information. See, many people, Shay, they're walking away without the client's information. They're letting the audience walk away. See, here's the problem, Shay. The audience knows who we are, but we don't know who they are. And see, only narcissistic speakers, only narcissistic presenters, only those who are truly narcissistic think that way. Meaning we care that the audience knows who we are, but we don't care to know who the audience is. Write this down. You got to care more about your audience. You got to care. And, you know, we can't make you care, but you got to care. You got to care about getting to know more about your audience. You got to know who they are. You got to know where they are. You got to know how to communicate with them, but then you got to know what they care about. So right now, we're going to stop right here because right now we got the 3 secrets, right? We got the gift that we're going to get, a PLR gift. Those people, we're going to later on tell you some places where you can go to get PLR content that you can give away in the middle of your presentation. And in the middle of your presentation, you should always have a gift to give away. And the way you give away the gift is have people text in a certain word using your text message responding system. So we're going to have people text in the word focus to a number that we'll have. It'll be our text message responding number. Write this down, don't use short code, use long code numbers. Meaning, don't use text the word focus to 7324, because people don't think like that. You want them to text in to real 10-digit numbers because it allows them to feel like they're communicating directly to you. Now, if you don't have a text message responding system as a speaker, coach, trainer, author, you just don't have one. You're in business, you need to get one. You text Shay, you text him now at 202-270-1662. When we come back, we're going to get into the last 4 secrets to focus. By the way, everybody's going to own this presentation. Meaning when we finish, we're going to give you the graphics, we're going to give you the PowerPoint, the videos, the audio track. I mean, when we finish this presentation, you're going to own it. It's an open source neuro-linguistic presentation that everybody's going to own. But you text Shay now if you need it at 202-270-1662. Let me ask you a question. And by the way, Shay, is the camera on me or is the camera on the screen? Okay, here's the thing. What if the plumber showed up What if you called the plumber? He showed up at your house. The plumber showed up at your house because you had a plumbing problem. And he came over to you and you said, hey, can I borrow a wrench? And you said, well, plumber don't have a wrench, but you loan him a wrench. And then he came back 10 minutes later and he said, do you have a hammer? Right? And you say, oh, a plumber without a hammer? What's going on? And then he came back 10 minutes later and said, do you have a plunger? And you'd be like, hey, what's going on? And then he came 10 minutes later and he said, do you have a snake? You'd be like, wait one god doggone minute. Wait one cotton picking minute. What kind of plumber shows up without his tools? Here's what I'm telling you. What kind of speaker, what kind of trainer shows up without their tools? Some of y'all showing up without your tools. You're showing up without your clickers. You're showing up without your presentation deck. You're showing up without your storyboard. You're showing up without your text message responder. You're showing up. You ain't giving. I'm telling you right now, you're not a presenter if you're showing up without your tools. Now, maybe you're an apprentice. Maybe you just want to go apprentice to somebody who's really a speaker or really a trainer. But if you ain't going to show up with the right tools, quit. Otherwise, get the right tools. They're things that you need to have. You need a presenter's deck. There are tools that you're going to need. You're going to need to storyboard your presentation. There are things that you're going to need to do. You're going to need to put the work in. Now, I'm sorry. No, I'm not really sorry. I was going to say I'm sorry for being so harsh on you, but no, I'm not. I have a job. My job is to protect the audiences that we serve. Your job is to protect the audiences that we serve. We serve, and we serve at the pleasure of our audiences. And they show up, they put their butts in the seat, they put their eyes on the screen, they put their minds into place because they expect the presenter to get up there and deliver. We're going to take a 10-minute break. During that 10-minute break, those people who need the text message responder system so they can give away the gift, but everybody who does it, Eric Izard is going to give you the free PLR on Focus. So you're going to get the free PLR. We're going to buy it because when we buy it, we can distribute it to you. So we're going to give it to you. We're going to give it to you. So those people who took action, you text Shay, 202-270-1662. We're going to take a break. I need to drink a little bit of water, take a cough drop. My voice is a little strained, but we're going to finish up the second half of the presentation. And then you don't want to miss this because the people who are here at the end, first of all, we're just laying this out. When we finish laying this out, we're going to turn this over to the graphics department. We're going to turn it over to our Neuro-Linguistic Presentations department. And then we're going to give it. We're going to
don't tell them they have to get a beer.
Okay, I'm not saying
they got to be at the end. Don't tell us what happened at the end yet.
Shay, can I say I can't tell you all the other stuff, but you want to be back here in exactly 10 minutes. So with that being said, Shay, cue up some music, generate some energy, and let's go ahead. And by the way, I'm looking for 4 more secrets to getting it done. So if you got a secret, put it out there. Put secret to getting it done. Or matter of fact, use hashtag get it done and then post your secret. Put hashtag get it done and then post your secret. So we need 4 more secrets to getting it done. We're doing this together, folks. We're doing this together. Let's go out there and change the world.